Oschino, Oschino, Oschino. Here's this boy crashing out, people. Let's get into the content.
Let's jump right into this. Wayno / he's been podcast with academics. He was an intern for Rockefeller. I thought he was my brother. Showed me that he wasn't. / Harlem Snake / hater, bona fide hater, right? Okay, let's jump right into this. Okay, so Wayno come out of nowhere talking trash about me on the podcast he has in Atlanta somewhere.
Yes, he did call me. Like I said, he calls me immediately. He's on 10.
Because that's what men do. Your little brother say something about you, call him. But we like saying that. I understand. Boom, let that slide. He goes to Vlad TV last week, talks about me. South Oschino said in front of Dame, he gonna rob me.
We had a meeting and he was telling Dame like he still gotta rob people.
100% lie. 100% lie. Matter of fact, when I got signed to Rockefeller, he wasn't even there. He wasn't even there yet, right? Make a long story short, not even that. Wayno was an intern for Chris and Neef. He would come to Philly, have nowhere to stay at because Chris and Neef be doing their thing. I said, bro, what's up? You gotta come stay at my crib. Come stay at my crib. We got tight. I make sure he cool. I said, bro, you can't ride in the car with me because I might have beef with people. I might get smoked. I don't want you to be in the car with me. I told your mom you're gonna be safe. I think I'm being a big brother, right? I come home one day, he on my couch with his socks off. No, mind you, I walk around the crib with my socks on. I'm not African, I'm not Puerto Rican, I don't wear John Collector, I don't wear my feet out, I don't. He got his feet on my couch cushions on my couch, the pillows on my couch. 3 o'clock in the morning, man, Wiz coming there. So I was young, you know what I mean? I did something dumb, I pushed the 357 over his head 3 times, make him wake up, playing around. That's how I used to play back then. I was on some other stuff back then, right? He rolled over on the floor, oh, why you do that? Make a long story short, but I made sure he was safe. All this, whenever he was with me, I made sure he was safe, looked out for him, right? But ever since out of nowhere, he been hating on me. Like, really bona fide hating on me. When he made the first video about me, I said, why you saying that? Like, well, I don't understand. You come out the blue sky, you didn't call me or nothing. My son passed away, you ain't saying nothing about me. You know my son, you been around my son. Then he said, shout to Garcia, shout to Meek. I said, Wayno, how you know Meek? I made him through you. So if you met him through me, why? Then, let's talk about Dave East. Let's fast forward to Thursday. I called him and said, why you on Vlad TV talking about me? Even Vlad said, I never had a bad.
I've never had a negative experience with Oschino, ever.
Ever. I gotta admit that, right? He like, no, Oschino hard to love. How hard to love when I never asked you for a dime and you was staying in my crib? So let me tell you what I told the Wayno today. I talked to Wayno today because I call you first. See, I'm not the boy to be sneaking around talking about you behind your back. I call you first. I called Wayno. I said, Wayno, why you talking? Why you keep talking about me, bro? Why you keep hating on me? Wait. I'm tough. Bro, let's talk about what you talk about Dave East, bro. You said Dave East owe you $109,000, right? Because you're his manager. I didn't hear you make one video about Dave East at all. You know why? I think you're scared to talk about Dave East because he's from Harlem. You gotta go back home. So it's easy. I'm a punching bag. I'm easy to talk about. You said Dave East was dead broke, robbed some girl for $30,000, right? And on top of that, he said, oh, listen, this Wayno told me this Thursday. Because I called him about the Vlad stuff. I called him, like, bro, what's up with you, whatever. I called him and said, Wayno. He said, Dave East didn't have no money. He didn't have a dime. So he asked me, can I suspend my manager fees to get back on his feet? And he just never paid me, and he cut me off. I said, well, why he cut you off? Because, he had all these friends around him. They wasn't making him hold him accountable for what he was doing. This, that, and the third. Gossiping, because that's what he do. You gotta understand this, bro. A person that's an A&R can't rap, usually. Wayno can't write a rap to save his life. So for him to talk about who can rap and who can't, for me, it's like, who is you? And now, because he did a little couple days with people, he think he's somebody bigger than he is. Bona fide hater. Bona fide. He don't even know he a hater. I'm 50. So listen. So I called him about the Vlad thing. I still was cool. Like, it's my little bro. I love him. Letting it go. The two I hung up with him the same day, he got a streaming service about judging people's songs. Somebody sent him a song that I'm supposed to get on. I'm supposed to get on. I'm not even on it. You let Oschino get on it? He's 50 years old. He beef with the whole world. What?
Oschino almost 50 years old. He beefing with everybody on the planet. And you gonna put him, you gonna put him on a song. You know what, man? Talk to me in my face, DN, hate on Dave East, the whole conversation.
They come to me and talk about me on the joint. I didn't even see it. My man said, "Oh, you see what Wayno said about you?" I said, "You lying? I just talked to Wayno Thursday." He showed me to him. I said, I couldn't believe it. But instead of me getting on.
Top of the morning, man. Top of the morning. You know who it is, who it should be, man. AKA J Cass. Better known now as who? Trucker J. For the powers that be. Red light. Still getting loaded. And it's lunchtime. So, I have time today. This is my leisure time. Anyways, let's get into it, man. So, we have Oschino Vasquez, right? You ever seen somebody, they just a bitter person in life, and they stuck in the past, and they can't move on? This is what Oschino does. He's bitter. He's bitter because he was part of an entity. He was part of state property. Had an important role. Jay-Z actually signed him first before he even found Chris Neef, Freeway Beans, Sparks, and Petey Crack. He's upset that they continue to do shows. Petey Crack, Chris Neef, no Sparks, Freeway, and Beans. So Sparks and Oschino is left out the equation. Sparks, I really don't understand why they doing Sparks like that, but I understand why they doing Oschino, the crash out, the old man, Pop, the one that says he gonna cook your toast. I see why they do him like that. For the past 2 years, you've been talking Cash Money-ish about Freeway, Beans, Chris and Neef, LA, whoever, somebody got killed behind Chris and Neef or one of them, and Freeway hanging with the person that unalived LA, and you talked about Trendsetter Shady, you spoke about Johnny Mac, you spoke about Garcia, you spoke about so many people. So now when it gets done to you, you want to cry about it, bro? You want to get upset about it? Your panties is in the rough? Your bra's too tight? That's what I'm saying. You can't be the pot calling the kettle black, Oschino. You spoke about so many people. Gilly the Kid, Wallow. You spoke about damn near everybody in Philly in a negative light. So now that Wayno, and I understand where you coming from, he backdoored you, act like you never did nothing for him. You see how that hurts in the chest? Now you see what it feels like when you speak upon Freeway and Beans and everybody else, talking about Beans got knocked out, but he's on stage with so-and-so, got knocked out behind Meek or whatever. You talk about Freeway's son and I think the daughter too, not having a headstone. You spoke about so many people, but then when they do it to you, you want to crash out, get upset, and cry about it. That's what you get, bro. That's what you get. Wayno, I'm glad Wayno did that to you. Act like you ain't do nothing for him, and you let that boy sleep on your couch. You had a duffel bag full of $100 bills, told him take what he want, and look, he shows no appreciation. He treated you like you wasn't ish, and you deserve it, bro. That's why I'm saying that karma comes back around. It comes back around for everybody, me, anybody, and you deserve it. And I'm glad you all upset about it. But here's more.
It's all love in Philadelphia. One time for news in this bitch.
When I wasn't popping, hey yo, I need a verse.
Yo, Wayno, I'm not done with you yet. I'm just getting started. I just finally looked at your first video you made, because I never really looked at it. I just breezed through it and I called you from the rip before I looked at it. You on there just bona fide lying. You somehow keep saying I'm crashing out. If you see
Oschino been on the internet crashing out weekly.
If you see I'm crashing out and I'm the one that put money in your pockets, why you ain't call me? You talking about me being on the internet, you ain't called me when I done gave you hundreds of dollars of bills in your palms of your hands. I probably gave more money than your father. You never gave me nothing. You sitting over here talking about DE and all my enemies. You know Meek Mill's through me.
His problems with Meek Mill, I don't like at all. I did meet Meek Mill through Oschino.
You know me. I hope Meek Mill's. Check it off Meek Mill's. Bro, you see Meek Mill's get on the stage and say, yo, I looked up Beans when I was rapping. I looked up to you. I looked up to Freeway. I looked up to PD Crack.
I was looking up to you in the prop. Young Chris, Freeway, everybody but the boy, and I'm on that like that. PD Crack, everybody that we with. It's all love in Philadelphia. One time for news in this bitch.
When I wasn't popping, hey yo, I need a verse. Oschino, let me get a verse. Oschino's the first nigga to do a verse with me before y'all have even heard of me. Oschino's the first nigga. He was popping at the time. None of these other really did a verse with me when they was popping at the time.
We got one song with Beans, one song with Freeway, one song with PD Crack, 19 songs with me. 19 songs with me. So he ain't gotta say he looked like me. He know what it is. When he look in the mirror, he know I'm his dad. And I'm your grandpa. You said I'm 50 years old, so Jay-Z not hot no more? I see you D.E. and Jay-Z. I see you D.E. and Conway. So why you hating on me, bro? The person that put money in your pockets. No, not say put money in your pockets. I'm talking about you ain't do nothing to earn it. I just gave it to you. But the craziest part about all of it, see this thing about how you a chump, Wayno. If somebody owe me 100,000, that's the first person I'm talking about. I ain't talking about nobody else. Dave East owe me 100,000. Shout out to Dave East. He don't owe me 100,000, but if he did owe me 100,000, that's what I'm getting at. I ain't worried about the boy that looked out for me and held me down and all that. Then you got a nerve to DE even Gilly. You say, yo, at least Gilly and Beans.
Go to sleep.
You say, yo, at least Gilly and Beans that, nobody died. Bro, shut up. Gilly said something to me first, and you ain't even from Philly. Mind your business. How about that? You keep worried about what I'm doing. You keep posting me because you need the clicks from me. I don't talk about you. And if I talked about you, it's going to be in a good light because I'm thorough. I don't fake it. See, let me tell you what I think it was. He keeps telling me, I was so young. I was young too. You're not that much younger than me, bro. I just was getting to it. You never seen nobody getting to it like I was getting to it at that age. So this is what she was mad about. I was rough around the edges. I was out here busting my pistol. I'm drinking 40s. I'm living reckless. But I had the bag. And you probably was sitting there watching me thinking you a better person than me. Like, oh yeah, I don't understand why he got to have it all. I have everything. And I got to need him to be okay. And I feel like I'm better than him. But see, I'm so thorough. I never seen the snake in you because I don't think like that. See, a thoroughbred can't think like a sucker. A sucker shows his true colors, then a thoroughbred peep it. But before that, we don't think like no sucker. It's simple for me. I look out for you, you respect me. I ain't never say you owe me nothing, bro. But I bet you your dad never told you look in the duffel bag with $100 bills and tell you take what you want. Nobody did. That alone make you should not ever disrespect Pop. But it's okay. I'm going to cook your toast. Then you going to say, oh yeah, Oschino was
always in jail. I worked there when he was there. He was always in jail. He was in a group.
First of all, Wayno, when I got signed, you wasn't even there. You keep talking about you was in all these meetings with Dame. You wasn't nobody. You was working for Chris and Neef. You wasn't never in no meetings with me. What are you talking about? You just sat there and lied on me, bro, for no reason because you're a hater, bro. I don't know if you want Meek Mill. You want to be Meek Mill's bookie butter. Bro, you was a hater. Bad. Yo, Oschino stayed in jail. You know what I went to jail for? Some bullshit I robbed him that I didn't do. Did you know that? Did you know that? You know somebody said I did a homicide that I didn't do. Did you know that? Did you know that? But see, you ain't from the streets, so you shouldn't talk about what's in the streets. Mind you, you're not hard to get signed by. Mind you, talking about. Then you even said, I don't know Jay-Z.
We seeing blogs posting him and saying stuff like, yeah, because he knows Jay-Z personally. No, he don't. He really don't.
He don't know Jay-Z. Bro, Jay-Z signed me, you bonehead. You wasn't there. You wasn't even there, bro. So you keep talking about like you was in meetings with Dame, was in the meeting with Dame or Osei, you got to sell drugs and bust. You just lying, bro. You wasn't never no meeting with me and Dame, bro. You not even at the see, you became Dave East manager later. When you was at Rockefeller, you was nobody but a scrub A&R. I don't even think you was getting paid. So why would you be in a meeting with me when I'm an artist with a budget? Why would I? He so much, bro. Then the way you saying it makes it like I was a bum, broke when I was getting to it bad. Oh, I gotta, why would I rob? You don't even make a sense. You can't say, well, 1 second I got a duffel bag full of money, and the next sentence you're saying, I'm robbing people, bro. You gotta make it make sense. You are I swear, bro. Then you said, I came to the meeting with Dame and said, why you not pushing my music?
Man, I still gotta rob niggas to make money. I still gotta sell crack to get money. You know what Dame said? Dame said, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga.
I was trapping when I was making music. I was putting out my mixtapes. I wasn't waiting for the record label no more. But you don't even know none of that because you wasn't even involved and nothing to do with me. So the fact that you just sitting up here being a bona fide liar to me is breathtaking. It's mind-boggling. I can't believe it. But you can say, Oschino, you 50. You like Conway? You like Jay-Z? Huh? Or is it just me that you hating on the boy that put money in your pockets? Huh? You said I don't know Jay-Z. Jay-Z signed me, bonehead. You wasn't even there. And well, how about look out for Big Face Gary, the person that brung you up there who you don't answer his calls? You know what I mean? I can't believe you, bro. You broke my heart, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm talking about I got you living in my crib. You know what I'm saying? I got you living in my crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about the boy that let the person live in their crib. He don't got no secrets. See, you can live with me because I ain't had no secrets. You know what I'm saying? You ain't named one thing I did to you. You naming all these stuff I'm doing with everybody else, which is my business. You ain't named one thing I did to you, but the stuff I did to you was right. I got you out the project.
Took you, man. Hello, bro. Took you right in. No rap, though.
No, yeah, he did. I used to live with
No rap. Come on, no rap, no nothing. Come on, we out.
And you couldn't even say I did it. I asked you, yo, did I let you open my home to you? Is that a rhetorical question? You couldn't even say, yeah, bro. That's how much of a hater you. It burnt your soul up to even say that I looked out for you, gave you money, and gave you a place to stay. You disgust me, bro. I wish I would have seen this in you sooner. But trust me, everybody's going to see it because they're going to say, well, why you hitting on the boy that gave you money? You saying out your mouth, I gave you money. You in my house, I'm not even there. You was at my house more than me. I say, yo, you can bring a girl over there. Make sure she don't go in that room right there because there's stuff in there. That's all I say, bro. I ain't worried about what you doing. I ain't checking on you. I ain't worried about you stealing. None of that, bro. But you couldn't even give me the courtesy of having respect. You talking about I'm crashing out bro, you know crashing out. See, for you, it's crashing out because you're a sucker and a chump. For me, this is regular stuff. See, I've been through real life. I got the scars and the holes and I've been battle tested. I've been to the prisons and all. That don't make me tough, but that make me not a chump. And I learned what it is to be a street person. See, when you go to the penitentiary, you got older people that teach you how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing about being a man is when somebody look out for you, you never forget it. Because the best thing is that somebody look out for you, right? But then you act like they didn't. Once you get money, that means you was a groupie. You was there like a woman. You was there for a reason. But you ain't like the boy the whole time. That's disgusting. That's diva, bookie butt work. And you want to talk about Gilly? You did say Gilly said something to me first, so I'm gonna say what I want, bro. And I can't believe you even care. You ran out of Harlem. You went to Atlanta. Why you worried about what Oschino doing? You just zoomed in on me. The boy that gave you bread. Nobody in state probably gave you bread but me. Nobody. You work for Christian Neef. Did you say that? Did you say that? But now all of a sudden you think you this guy. So you was one of them cornball dudes watching everybody the whole time, wishing it was you. Now you got a little name or something. Now you gonna try to hate, like you qualified to say something about me. If you just slept on my couch with your socks off, you crazy, bro. You gotta be, bro. But you talking about some Oschino keep crashing out. He keep going to jail. He don't want to be in a group of Spurs. You don't know what I want to do because you wasn't even there. Well, wait, the Hot 97 was you at, Wayno? Broken, dirty in Harlem.
Now you can't tell me that don't hurt that boy feelings. Petey Crack, Chris and Neve, Beans and Free, getting money. State Property Reunion, you was down with the crew. You made the album with them, but they left you out. And you wonder why. Pop. Now your toast got cooked. 100.